Okay, here's part 2 of the syllabus, and we have our very approximate schedule. I think there's more than 25 quizzes, by the way. I think there's 26. Okay, and you can. I'll try to drop the 2 lowest grades on that, but generally speaking, people don't get very low grades unless they have, or scores, that is to say, unless they have some time constraint in their week or day. Okay, moving right along, we have our introduction to the course, which is coming up, and then we have some chapters here of interest, and I have all of these listed as playlists. So you'll have your playlist number 1, which will take care of chapter number 1, and this is orientation to anatomy, anatomical position, terminologies, some basic ideas and concepts. And so I really get into it right there. There's chemistry, basic to our physiological sciences. And I would say that oftentimes biologists are terrible chemists. I am a chemist at heart, molecular biologist and a biochemist, but I'm also an organismic anatomist. And so I cover a lot of territory in my mind, and I like it to all be right. Do you know what I'm saying? I like the paradigm to be correct. And so I make chemistry really chemistry, and I make anatomy really anatomy. I'm actually trained in all of this stuff. I have master's degrees in anatomy, master's degrees in physiology. I have 5 altogether, and they're all in human sciences that we're covering in this course. So I love the rabbit holes and I love the precision. I'm not somebody who has come here from research to give you an anatomy course, and I'm just 2 steps ahead of you. A lot of anatomy courses are taught that way by people who are really great scientists, but they don't know a lot of human anatomy. I did go to medical school and I did go to graduate school, and I'm enjoying the whole, how shall I say, the drama. And I've never stopped enjoying the drama. So this is my area. The next thing that we get to is cell biology. As you can see here, let me use my little pointer. I never leave home without a dissection scissors. And then, so here's our chapter 3, which is the cytology. We're going to be filtering in bones quickly, which will overlay on top of some of the other chapters. The reason, why do I do that? The reason is that I can't teach you all the bones in one chapter and then test you. You will die. So I don't want to do that to you. I don't want to terrify you. I want to give you just a few little things. We'll study the skull for a little while. And then, we'll study the openings of the skull for a little while. And then we'll study, axial skeleton for a little while, and so on. And basically, I want you to learn the skeleton gradually and learn all of the bony, how shall I say, processes and openings, what lives in the openings, and how the bones eventually will move on to joints, and how the bones move together. Eventually then we'll get to muscles, which is the kind of hard part of this semester. It turns out the nervous system and central nervous system is quite interesting, but it turns out muscles is the hardest part for most people because it involves the bones, it involves the joints, its origins, insertions, and so on. Okay, so there's that aspect. If you need to bail from the course, the moment to drop with a W in a way that nothing appears, or not drop without, drop without a W appearing on your transcript, it's September 7th. Okay, and that is the Labor Day holiday in this particular case. And next is we're going to move on to the integument. We're going to have, tissues first, and then skin, the integumentary system, then bone tissue, and then we'll get more deeply into bones. But I will have been teaching you bones all along and testing you. Okay, and then joints will be coming up, muscles, and so on, neurological histology, so you get to learn nerve tissue, and then you get the central nervous system, the brain and the spinal cord, and then you get all the peripheral nerves, the cranial nerves and spinal nerves and plexes and all that kind of stuff. And then finally, you get the autonomic nervous system, which sets you up for the second semester, which is Biology 20B. Okay, and then the last chance to actually drop with a W is out here. And I don't know if they're doing the EW anymore. During the summer and during the spring, there was an option to bail when people were not prepared to do online learning for a variety of reasons. There's a huge, these days we're falling off the cliff of employment along with a few other cliffs. So the deal is that you can get out of the course without causing yourself educational damage. Here's possibly the most single important thing I have to teach all semester is basically please protect your happiness. Okay? Think of that which makes life simple for you, makes life, how shall I say, easy to, look up at the sky, high up in the sky at the birds flying high and feel just relaxed and lying in the grass. And, when you're in that moment of happiness in which that's just what you are, just being able to breathe and be happy, remember to protect that. Remember to go into a place of relaxation every day. And also as a transition between events of each day, remember to wake up happy and relaxed. Do something that is helpful for you and beneficial, and make your transition smoothly. Okay? So that's pretty much that deal. We don't usually have, academic dishonesty is something that I've pretty much have figured out how to deal with all of that. But at any rate, don't worry about it at this particular time. You're not in class, so you can't copy from anybody. Okay, moving right along, there's no disruption because there's no classroom. So another good thing, if you need to scream out, it's perfectly go right ahead. Good idea every once in a while to either fall over laughing or fall over screaming, one way or the other. So definitely emote. Take care of yourself. Letters of recommendation is probably something you should take a moment to read. Generally speaking, I line people up on weekends, and the last weekend currently in which I'm the end of the line, it's sort of like going to the next Star Wars or something. The end of the line right now is in 2 years from now, more than 2 years from now. It's in December in the year 2022. That's the end of my current line right there. Okay? And so I know everybody needs one. Everybody's got to eat. Everyone has to go to the bathroom. Everybody has to do this and that. And so I line everybody up. And people who come to me, I let them know where the end of the line is, and they sign up. And that's the deal. Okay? So, and nobody cuts in line. And there are no emergencies because I don't do things on an emergency level, right? I don't like ERs. I'd actually, I hope I don't have to go to an ER. I don't like working in ERs. I've worked in ERs before, and that's where some of the best American medicine is, but unfortunately, that's where the best American medicine is. Yeah, enough said about that. But yeah, I'm into planning things and having things run smoothly and breaking things down. So that's the end of this, and we'll press on to some other matters.